Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. That's the czar of the playbook, Emery Hunt, and I'm Tyler Merkovich. Week 8 of the NFL season is upon us, and the surprise team of the NFL thus far is coming off a bye. They're going into Baltimore. That's the Denver Broncos. And the Ravens, on the other hand, started off 3-0. 3 disappointing losses in a row. They could have had the game against the Patriots thanks to a drop pass by Mark Clayton late in the game. That loses the game. Cincinnati, penalties down the stretch, and then Carson Palmer hits that receiver up the middle for the game winner. And then Minnesota, they could have came back and won it, but the field goal wide left. So John Harbaugh really needs to right the ship here. But first, let's talk about the away team here. The Broncos are just coming together, and a big surprise right there is Mike Nolan's defense. McDaniels brings this guy in, and he's got that defense playing electric, lights out. What are your keys to victory for McDaniels?
Well, keys to victory for the Broncos, they want to spread the Ravens out defensively and be able to throw against that weakened secondary they have back there. It's unfortunate the Ravens' defensive secondary is weak. That's what teams are attacking these guys at this year. That's where they're having a lot of success, in that defensive secondary. So you want to spread the Ravens out and attack them vertically. 2, you use your pass to set up the run, because the Ravens can stuff the run. They still a mean, aggressive front 7, but when you spread them out, they lose some of that aggressiveness, so you should be able to run the ball after you establish the pass. And defensively for the Broncos, it's the matchup between Elvis Dermerville and Michael Orr. I can't wait to see that matchup. That is 2 premier young talents at their position going against each other. If Orr is able to hold up, he should neutralize that pass rush, but I want to see how Dumerville is going to play out this game. That's the keys to victory for the Broncos. Can Dumerville match up against Orr?
And the Ravens have a special player in Ray Rice who's going off this year. He is showing why he is one of the up-and-coming backs of the NFL. Flacco, he hasn't been playing well as he was the first couple games, but you're right. It's that defense, especially that secondary, that's been vulnerable for the Ravens. Coming off a bye week, what do you think, John Harbaugh? What do you think his keys to victory were against his undefeated team?
Well, keys to victory for the Ravens, they have to start out fast. The Ravens catch fire late in the game when they're down, their backs against the wall. That's when they turn up the defensive pressure. That's when that offense gets clicking. They have to come out the gates in the first quarter and ready to play like it's the last quarter. So come out fast is number 1. 2, they have to slow down this pass rush by those 2 tight ends, L.J. Smith. Get those 2 tight ends in there with Ray Rice and run right at the Broncos. The Broncos are a little bit light up front, so you can get in that double tight formation and slow down the Broncos pass rush by running right at it. 3rd, you want to get pressure on Kyle Orton. It's a tough order. Kyle Orton has done well with protecting the football this year. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's getting the ball out of his hands quick. The Ravens, if anybody can get pressure on the Broncos, it would be the Ravens. But with that said, I think the Ravens secondary may prove again to be costly. Since Kyle Orton is protecting the team with the football, I like the Broncos in this matchup. I think they keep it rolling.
And McDaniels looks like a genius with the way Orton's playing. And it's funny because right before the season we're talking, wow, Brandon Marshall wants out, this and that. He might go to the Jets. He might go to the Ravens. Look at this now. The Ravens in disarray and the Broncos undefeated. Going to be tough. This is a real tough game. I'm going to go with the Broncos, though. I give them the edge. It's going to be a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win it. This is going to be one of the best games in the match.
This is a toss-up. Like, it is tough to pick against the Ravens, but I think when we choose the Ravens, we're thinking of Ravens pass, and you kind of want that to be the same team, but we got to understand that it's probably not the same team defensively, so that's why we're both picking the Broncos, right?
They're not complete. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.